you feel it before you understand it. Sharp pressure crawls beneath your skin. Not pain, not exactly, but something moving, something alive. You freeze, because this isn't how it's supposed to feel. You look at your hands. They're shaking, not from fear, but from something building inside you, like your body is preparing for something you didn't choose. You try to steady your breathing, focus, control it, but control is already slipping, because you're not just Spider-Man anymore. The strength, the speed, the reflexes, those were only the beginning. This is something deeper, darker. You're becoming something else, and this time it's not going to stop. It started like every origin story should. Simple, clean, almost perfect. The powers, the strength, the reflexes. You remember the first time your body reacted before your mind did. A falling object, a split-second decision, and somehow you were already moving. No hesitation, no delay, just action, faster than anyone, stronger than anything, like the world had slowed down just for you. And you were the only one moving at full speed inside it. At first it felt unreal, like you had stepped into something bigger than yourself. A story people only dream about, but never actually live. You weren't just surviving anymore. You were operating on a completely different level. A genius mind paired with abilities no human should possess. Every calculation was sharper. Every movement was precise. It felt controlled, measured, safe, predictable. Spider-Man. That's what you told yourself you were becoming. A hero. Someone with power and purpose. Someone who could handle it. But something about it was different this time. Subtle, unexplainable, not wrong, just unfamiliar. Like something had changed beneath the surface. Something you couldn't quite name. Your webbing wasn't mechanical. There were no devices, no design, no control switch, no margin for error. It came from you. Organic, alive. You could feel it building inside your body, like pressure waiting to be released, not engineered, grown. And when it finally shot out, it wasn't technology, it was instinct. That's when it should have scared you, but it didn't, because it worked. Better than anything you could have built. Faster, cleaner, more efficient. At first it felt like an upgrade, like you had removed the last limitation between you and the power. No dependence on tools, no external weakness, just you and the ability. Seamless, perfect, a new evolution. And slowly, you begin thinking differently. Less doubt, more certainty, less hesitation, more action. You stop second-guessing decisions because everything feels right, immediate, instinctive. And when power feels natural, you stop questioning it. And that's where it begins. Not with pain, not with fear, but with comfort. Small changes you barely notice. Your grip feels stronger than it should be. Not just stronger, anchored, unmovable. Your balance becomes unnatural, too perfect, too stable. The way your body clings to surfaces no longer feels like effort. It feels like it belongs there, like gravity is optional, and you've outgrown it. You tell yourself it's adaptation, growth, progress, because that's what evolution looks like, right? Becoming better, becoming more, becoming something beyond what you were. But evolution doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. And it definitely doesn't care who you used to be. Your senses sharpen, too sharp. Details become overwhelming. You begin noticing things you were never meant to notice. Tiny vibrations through walls. Movements you can't even see. Patterns hidden inside noise. Signals buried beneath silence, like the world is speaking a language you were never supposed to understand. And somehow, you do. At first it excites you, it makes you feel chosen, different, evolved, like you've unlocked something others can't even perceive, something superior. But there's a line, a very thin line, between enhanced and altered, and you've already crossed it. You just don't realize it yet, because right now it still feels like a gift, something you earned, something you deserve. But it isn't. It's a mutation. And mutations don't stop halfway. The first sign is small. So small you almost ignore it. An itch on your back, not painful, not sharp, just persistent. The kind of irritation you expect to fade if you leave it alone. But it doesn't. It lingers, as if something is there that shouldn't have been. You scratch it once, then again, harder this time. Still nothing changes, no relief, no explanation. Then another spot flares up. Lower this time, then higher, then deeper. Not on the surface, underneath. Then 4 more, not random, not scattered, aligned, symmetrical, precise, like your body is following a design you never approved. You pause. Because something about that realization feels wrong, too organized, too intentional. Extra limbs begin pushing through your skin. You don't see them at first. Yeah, you feel them. Pressure building beneath the surface. Bones shifting, muscles stretching in directions they were never meant to. Your skin resists, fighting to hold its shape. Then it gives in. You freeze, completely still. Because this isn't power. This isn't enhancement. This is something breaking through, something forcing its way out, something that was already inside you. You try to hide it, instinctively, without thinking. You pull your jacket tighter, keep your back to the wall, avoid mirrors, avoid light, avoid anything that might confirm what you're afraid to see. You keep moving as if nothing is wrong. Step by step, normal pace, normal breathing, normal life. Because if you stop, you'll have to face it, and you're not ready for that. You try to cover it, bandages, layers, excuses, anything to create distance between you and what's happening. But you can still feel them, moving, responding, listening. They react when you move, when you think, like they're not just part of your body, but connected to your mind. Or worse, controlling it. You try to control it. You close your eyes, focus your thoughts, slow your breathing, command your body to stay the same, stay human, stay you. Because that's what heroes do. They control the power. They master it. They don't let it master them. And that's what you still believe. Because you're still thinking like a hero. Still holding onto that identity like it means something. Still believing you're in control. But your thoughts are changing too. Not all at once. Not enough to panic. Not enough to make you stop. Just enough to feel wrong. Subtle differences. Tiny shifts. You don't notice them immediately, but they're there. Growing, spreading, replacing pieces of you one by one. You begin noticing things you shouldn't. At first, it feels like heightened awareness, an advantage, a gift, something that makes you better at what you do, faster reactions, sharper instincts, cleaner decisions, but then it goes further. Too far. You can feel vibrations in the walls, not sounds, not echoes, signals, information traveling through surfaces, and somehow you understand it. You can track footsteps, even without hearing them, not by sound, by pattern, by rhythm, by presence. You can sense someone's presence without turning your head, without seeing them, without proof, and you're never wrong. Movement crawls across ceilings. You don't look up. You don't need to, because somehow you already know it's there. You start leaning differently, crouching lower, clinging without thinking, like your body remembers something you were never taught. And then comes the moment. You can't ignore anymore. It's not visual. It's not physical. It's internal. The sound of pray, pray. The word forms in your mind. Clear, natural, automatic. No hesitation, no confusion, just certainty. That word isn't yours. It doesn't belong to you. You don't think like that. You never have. You're supposed to protect people, not categorize them, not reduce them to instinct. But the thought doesn't leave. It lingers, repeats, grows louder. Pray. And that's when it hits you. Not like a realization, but like something unlocking inside your mind. This isn't just physical. This isn't just your body changing. Your instincts are rewriting you, replacing logic with reaction, replacing empathy with efficiency, replacing thought with impulse. Every decision becomes faster, cleaner, colder, more effective. You're starting to think like the creature too. And the worst part, it's starting to feel normal. It happens all at once. No warning, no buildup, no time to prepare. 1 second you're standing, the next, your body gives out. Your knees hit the ground. Your breath collapses in your chest. Something inside you shifts violently. No control, no resistance, no stopping it. Your body collapses, then expands. Not naturally, not gradually, forcefully, like something inside you has finally taken over, and it's done waiting. Bones reshape, not breaking, reforming, stretching into structures they were never meant to hold. Your spine twists, your ribs widen, every joint in your body realigns with something inhuman. Your skin hardens, not like armor, like something growing over you, layer by layer, thicker, less human. Limbs multiply, one, then another, then more, until your body no longer follows any shape you recognize. You've crossed the line, not stepped over it, not drifted past it. You've been pulled through it, fully, irreversibly. And for a moment, just a moment, you try to fight it. You try to hold on to something, anything, a name, a memory, a face, who you were, what you stood for, why you started. But nothing comes back. Not clearly, not completely, not enough. The thoughts slip away, like they were never yours to begin with, replaced, overwritten, erased. Only instinct remains, pure, unfiltered, unquestioned, hunger, movement, survival. Beat. No hesitation, no doubt, no conflict, just action, immediate, efficient, final. And the mind you once trusted is gone. The voice that questioned you, that held you back, that reminded you who you were, silent, replaced by something older, something deeper, something primal, something that doesn't think it knows. And worse, it feels right. That's the part no one tells you. Losing control doesn't feel like chaos. It doesn't feel like fear. It feels like clarity. Like everything unnecessary has been stripped away. No doubt, no hesitation, no weakness, just purpose. And that's why you don't fight it anymore, not really. Because deep down, something inside you agrees with it. Something inside you was always waiting, waiting for the moment you stopped holding back, stopped questioning, stopped being human. Something that was always there, beneath the surface. And that's when you understand this was never just about power. Never just about becoming stronger, faster, better. It was about limits, about the line every person believes they won't cross, the boundary between controls and surrender, because power doesn't destroy you all at once. It changes you slowly, quietly, until one day, there's nothing left to change. And by then, it's too late. Because the real danger was never becoming stronger. It was becoming something you could never return from. Something that doesn't remember who it used to be. Something that doesn't care. Something that doesn't want to go back. Final question. Direct, immersive. So ask yourself, if you felt that power growing inside you, if it made you faster, stronger, better, if it removed your fear, your doubt, your limits, would you stop it or would you let it finish what it started?